Hello, good morning. First of all, I'm a delight. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'll be back. Hi again. Panene and I came out on a long walk this morning, so we over here on the big road, you know. But there's some Canadian geese up here, which I think the Canadians just call geese. But I'm gonna see how Penny responds to them, because I'm sure she's gonna love them. Yesterday, Phoenix and her little nephew Domino came out to walk with me, and oh, she's doing it again. Okay, I lied, she didn't. Or if she did, I didn't find it. Anyway, they came out to walk with us, and Domino wanted to pet Penny. So I knelt down and kind of cradled Penny's chin, and I was like, okay. And he reaches out and she smells of his hand and everything's fine, and then she touches her head and she's fine, and then all of a sudden she wasn't fine. That's what she does, you know. She lulls you into this false sense of security, and then she went, "Wow." But I had my hand on her chin, so I just pulled her head away. And he looked at her like, "What'd you do that for, you know?" He's 3. I said, "I'm sorry. She'll come around, though. She will. She will love you soon." And Phoenix was like, "Yeah, she'll love you soon, just not right now." So I texted the girl's mom last night. Well, I texted her the picture I took of them. She said, "Well, Naomi just found out that they got to walk with you today, and she didn't." I said, "Well, according to Phoenix, Naomi was in the house bawling and then began to give me the definition of bawling." Phoenix giving me the definition of a word. She said, "You know, bawling is like when your face gets all messed up and you're crying." I said, "Yeah." So anyway, as it turns out, Mom wasn't home, and their sister, their older sister, G-Neese, likes to put them in timeout when they act up. So Naomi was crying, bawling, because she got put in timeout for something. I don't know, but I'm not laughing that she was crying. I'm laughing at Phoenix's description of the word bawling, because your face gets all screwed up, you know? Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go over here and see the geese, okay? Come on. And there's a big pile of glass up here that I don't want you to walk through, okay? Yeah, so let me turn this around and we'll be right back. You see the geese? You see them? Let's go and get everybody. No, this way. No, you're going the wrong way. They're over there. I mean, G-Neese. I'm going to start calling them G-Neese. Come on, they're over here. They're over here. The G-Neese are mean, so we're not going to get real close. But I would like for her to see them. Are you laying eggs? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you laying eggs? Uh-oh, I got to sneeze. Hey, you're just... Waffle House, you just scattered dirt all over me. Good morning. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. I just wanted my dog to meet a goose, okay? Please don't come back for us. Okay, that's all. We're gonna leave him alone now. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're leaving. Come on, we're leaving. Good morning. Hope you enjoy your stay here, okay? There's water right over here. I don't think there's an alligator in it, although I oftentimes do think there's an alligator in it, even though alligators are not found this far north unless someone just brings them home. I don't know if I could live in Florida where they have alligators. You know, every time I think it might be nice to move to Florida and be near the beach, like I've got that kind of money. I don't. But I think that, and then I get a video on the TikTok or the Instagram or the Facebook Reels, And there was these two alligators trying to, like, open the door to the house. They're, like, climbing up the side of the house. No thank you. No thank you. I mean, the only way I'd want Gator to come in my house is on a purse or something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even all out for that, but I'm just saying that's the only way that I want an alligator in my house. Yeah. Oh, bug. Woo. We out here in nature in this parking lot. Out in nature. the asphalt nature. Yeah. Okay, there's still no alligators in the pond. Thank God, because that water's nasty. I'm sure it's a cesspool of mosquitoes and other weird things that freak me out. Yeah, frogs. Do I hear a siren? A siren. That's what my mom and daddy call them, sirens. Oh, there's a siren. Honk, honk. Honk, honk. No alligators. Okay, thank God. I'm gonna change the subject, okay? Look. I ordered some beef tallow soap, which is really nice, and some beef tallow moisturizer, okay? Now, it's for your face and body. And I put it on my body after I had my bath this morning. And it's rose scented. And it's just the slightest scent of rose. Just very faint. Because I don't like any strong scents. And I just want y'all to know that I walked outside and I was hit with this soft scent of roses. And I said, well, my Lord, that's me. I be smelling myself out here, but it's so faint and so lovely. Yes, I'll be back, okay? We made it back home. The other phoenixism from last night is, I said, hey, are y'all going to Six Flags tomorrow? Meaning today. And she goes, oh yeah, we're going at 6 o'clock. I said, 6 o'clock? Now this was yesterday. I said, 6 o'clock? That seems late for a school night. She said, Miss Tracy, it's Saturday. I was like, you're telling me what day it is? You normally don't know what day it is. And you're telling me definitions? What has happened to you? This week apart has really changed her. Anyway, I said, 6 o'clock is late for a school night. And she was like, it's not a school night, Tracy. It's Saturday night. Or it's Saturday. And I said, no, but you're going on a Sunday night, which is a school night. She said, we don't have school tomorrow. Child. It is a school night when you have to get up early the next day and go to school, which their bus runs by at 6:30. So, yeah, it runs early. Now, sometimes they sleep in and Mama takes them to school, but they still leave by like 7:30 to get to school. So, yeah, 6 o'clock seems a little late for Six Flags, but, you know, I don't know. All I know is I don't think they've left yet because Mom's car's still there. So, and Six Flags may not even be open early on Sundays. I don't know. I haven't been to Six Flags in years. Once I got to a certain age, which was probably somewhere in my 40-ish, I got to where I couldn't ride roller coasters because it's like my brain is too loose in my head and it kind of jiggles around in there and then I get super dizzy and then I'll, yak if I'm not careful. So about the only thing you'll see me on is like the wet rides, the log rides, where, yeah, not those rough ones because that's bad stuff, But I used to ride them all. I loved them. But the one at Disney that you go flying into this dark tunnel and all of a sudden you stop and you go flying backwards in the dark, that one took me out. And that's probably the last roller coaster I've been on. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, I can't. that was probably 15 years ago. I can't do this anymore. I had a migraine for the rest of the day because of that stupid roller coaster. We did the thing where you go way up in the air and then you drop. That one's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it doesn't, like, affect my equilibrium, which, by the way, gluten affects my equilibrium. It makes me have vertigo, so I can't cheat that much. I cheat a little. I get a little, like my nuggets from Chick-fil-A have a little bit of gluten on them, but I can't just sit and eat like a biscuit because I will wake up with vertigo the next day. That is tested time and time again to be true, and it's awful. How did I figure that out? A friend of mine said, go off gluten and your vertigo will go away. And I was like, it doesn't even make sense. But you know what? I was desperate to get rid of vertigo, and I still have it. Like, it still hits me every now and then if I eat too much gluten, if I eat too many nuggets. But Kim, when we went to lunch the other day, she said, how can you have those croutons? I said, I can have a little, just a little. Like, I'm not going to eat that roll or that, that bread they put on the table. I'm not going to eat that, but I'll eat a few croutons. But I can't eat a few croutons every day or I'll be dizzy and yakking. Just yakking. You just sitting here and turn your head wrong and you just yak without even knowing it's coming. That's how vertigo is. Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, if you got vertigo, you might want to come off gluten, which people don't even know what all gluten's in. They're like, oh, I don't eat wheat bread. Well, you don't have to eat wheat bread. Do you know flour, enriched flour, white flour, wheat flour? It's in everything. So, yeah, you have to, like, look at the ingredients or just live with vertigo, And it might not be the cause of yours, but it might be. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's it for this one, I guess, because I think I've talked long enough. And making me some chicken wings for lunch with the best recipe ever, which is a butter or oil of your choice, but I use butter. And a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of white pepper, white pepper, not just white powder. And the white powder is a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So a half a teaspoon each. Salt, white pepper, baking soda. Mix that up in the butter. Coat your chicken with it, wings, and put them in the air fryer for 10. And when that goes off, you turn them. And then you put it back in there for 10. And they're delicious. And then you can take a little Texas Pete or whatever you want and sprinkle on it. Give it a little heat. But that way it has a little heat and not a lot of heat. Because I don't like when wings are wet and like every bite is super hot and it catches my lips on fire. I don't like that very much. So this is just perfect because it's a little heat. Yeah. A little heat goes a long way, okay? Okay, remember I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Goodbye.